butts. Many of us like it. Many of us like to look at it. Many of us think that we just have it just because it's there. But imagine an anime that focuses just on that. Now you're thinking to yourself, wait, many animes already have this. But imagine boobs and butts are purely focused on this anime. But not just focused on it, they use them to fight.
That's impossible!
Imagine boobs doing judo throws. Imagine boobs being twisted into an ultimate attack. Imagine a move where you just use your butt as a machine gun, like that one character in Street Fighter, E Honda, that does multiple punches. Imagine that with a butt. Imagine an anime where a character wedgies themselves just so they can gain super speed. Or imagine a butt cannon that will push your opponents off of the ring. Now you're thinking to yourself, what kind of sport is this? What kind of sport involves boobs and butts? Well, we have the anime just for you.
What's up, guys? I'm Christina.
And I'm Chris.
And welcome to Average Anime Reviews, where you get to see me and Chris review some of our favorite animes that we have watched in the previous season. Now, before we get started, you guys, just so you guys know, there's going to be a few spoilers here and there in this review, so please take some precaution. And for this week's Average Anime Review, we get to be reviewing Keijo. And basically what this anime is all about is for young girls at the age of 18 and higher to become very good at one sport, and that is called Keijo. Now, in terms of the sport Keijo itself, well, this is where it really gets interesting, guys. It turns out where you're either a 1-on-1 or even in a team up to 4 players, as far as I have seen so far, where basically all you have to do is knock down your opponents by using your agility and your stamina, as well as your assets. And I mean literally your assets of your boobs and butts. And in the anime, it turns out that Keijo is a very popular sport, and it brings so much opportunity, fame, and fortune. There's a lot of hype and passion for this sport. So in the anime, you can see that a lot of the characters really are riding on this sport, and it means so much to them in the world. And with Keijo, requires a lot of time and dedication as for their training. It's really important and kind of difficult. For some of the girls who are not part of the elite team, well, let's just say that they're stuck in a regular class. They still have to focus on their studies, but they don't get enough time to focus on Keijo itself, which is very disappointing. Whereas with the elite team, well, that's a different story. Basically, they dedicate their whole days and hours to make sure that they perfect on their craft, and as well as creating some new moves that could, well, really knock out their opponents. And when you're knocking down with your opponents by using your assets, basically you had to knock them down overboard into the water. And with this anime, it also touches on the main character's reasons behind joining the sport. They've seen the sport, they really love it, but then they also have a #1 reason for it as well, behind that. Now, in terms of the 4 main characters, turns out that these 4 were just regular girls entering into a new world. Basically, they haven't joined the elite team yet until later on in the show, so it's really interesting to see. And then later on, over time, when they got the opportunity to join the elite team, turns out they worked very hard for it, and well, they managed to do it. And the first main character I'll be introducing to you guys is Kazune. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Turns out that she was born and raised in Hiroshima, and turns out that she's a cute, quiet, and soft-spoken girl. She's really cool, and it turns out that her right hand is quite sensitive. Turns out apparently she has literally touched the butts of practically every girl in the school. Literally, I mean, I'm not lying to you. Apparently she can sense with some of the players that what their moves and what their strategies are. So she's a very interesting one. And remember how I told you guys that how she practically touches everyone's butts in school? Well, basically, she has a move for that, and it's called the scanning hand. And the next main character is Nozomi. Now, she is this hyped up 18-year-old girl who really loves and enjoys the sport. She's really all hyped up for it. And basically, her main reason for joining Keijo, other than its popularity, of course, is to bring her family out of poverty. Now, even though that there is some skills that are noticeable to the team, turns out she's still working on it. Apparently, one time in the anime, you can see her like wearing this really cool bodysuit. However, even though it may be cool, it was very restrictive, and well, it kind of took some time for her to get used to it. And the next main character is Sayaka. Now, actually, she's very interesting too. What I love about her, it turns out that she used to be a former judo champion. She was supposed to take over the reins from her father, but she chose to be with Keijo instead. Apparently in the anime, during one of her matches while her parents was watching, apparently you can see her actually doing some kind of judo throw with her boob. And that is so cool and very interesting. I'm still wondering, how are we able to do that in reality? I don't think I can do that. And the next main character is Non. Now, before she moved in to work on Keijo, it turns out that she lived in the countryside with her family. Apparently, her main passion for joining Keijo is to revitalize her hometown. And it's very cool. I can see the kind, passionate heart that she brings in this anime, and I find it to be very sweet. And overall, what do I think of this anime? Well, I find it to be very interesting, especially with Keijo, and considered to be a popular national sport in this anime. Now, apparently, considering it consists of a lot of boobs and butts, it can be, well, very pervy. There's also some funny moments too, and which I really love, because there's also some comedic relief. But I gotta say, even in the battlefield, when the opponents are facing off each other, they're really kind of savages, and it kind of scares me a bit. It can get really intense, especially when your boobs and your butts are on the line.
Overall, what did I think about this anime? Well, originally I thought that what kind of anime features just butts, boobs, and fighting, and using them to fight? I thought that that was pretty weird in the beginning. I saw videos on Facebook where people would feature some of the moves that were performed in this series, and I thought, really? There's an anime like this? But when you get over the fact that this anime can be very sexual with amplifying women's assets, you look at it as just for the story, well, it's actually pretty enjoying. There's a lot of tense moments. Yes, the moves can be very sexualized and very unusual, because in reality that wouldn't really work. And imagine this as a real sport. It would be pretty weird. It wouldn't look as cool as they showed in the anime. Just seeing the moves, like nipple twisting, that could pierce the heavens with its deadliness. Reference to Gurren Lagann for anybody who's watched that. You could see how serious each character goes through, wanting to be the very best. Now, if I were to compare this to an anime, I would compare it to I Want to Be the Best, which was a wrestling anime where a character who decided to, hey, I'm done with being an idol and I want to become a wrestler. She showed her dedication and she was so passionate of becoming a wrestler. This is no different. These characters that are in this anime, seeing other Keijo players actually fight in battle, inspire them to become a great Keijo player for themselves. You see their dedication. It may be weird that at some points you see a character who's pulling turnips out of the ground with her butt because she needs to increase her butt speed and she wants to do quick attacks. Yes, it's very sexualized in this anime, but like I said, if you move past that, it can be a really good anime. And I mean, many animes emphasize this in a more raunchier way. Many animes already feature same styles of emphasizing women's assets, but this way, you kind of ignore that and you look at it more for the fighting of what they can actually do with them. Boobs and butts are loved by many who watch anime. Why not see it in battle?
And overall, everyone, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching. Overall, everyone, what did you guys think of this anime review? If you guys really enjoyed this anime review, then give it a like down below. If you guys really want to read more about what Keijo and its main characters are all about, I'll be sure to leave the link down below, as well as a written anime review written by me. Plus, if you guys want to see Keijo for yourselves and see the fighting battle spirit that these characters have, I'll be sure to leave the link down below as well. And overall, everyone, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time at the next Average Anime Review. Take care! Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this week's Average Anime Review. If you guys really enjoyed this week's anime review, then click that like button down below. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more anime reviews, then click that subscribe button down below. If you guys are new and want to see more anime reviews that we've done in the past, then click on the links on the left. And once again, everyone, thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a great day and take care.